Previously on Roll No Evil.
Yes, it's cowhide, like milk, no?
Oh, it's a cow. Oh, I thought it was like something magical, like a rune.
Have you heard anything of a missing town?
I do have a negative from like Moxie Point when I was trying to get photos of like jackalopes and stuff.
I would like this promising license.
All I need is the money and a signature from the sheriff.
Barclay Ackland.
He had seen a rabbit with horns.
A jackalope.
I know the smell of the rot. Sulfur is quite an odd thing to find in these parts.
I did have a sulfurish, nasty scent before the specter showed up.
Had something that looked dead, but wasn't.
Second so far.
Who was the first?
Anything you know, Abernancy, that would get Bill talking?
Today is a special drink of choice by Jenkins because if you refer back to our first episode of Roll No Evil, this is my first official taste of the peach mead that I made back in episode 1.
Ooh. Can we get a review?
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, what are the tannins?
Could we get a good slurp?
Nice.
I need you to loop that for a solid 30 seconds and then just this episode previously on Roll No Evil.
I can just do it for 30 seconds straight, just...
Also, yeah, can you describe the mug that you're using today? Because after you do your 30-second slurp, obviously, are you timing it on Audacity? I love you so much. Keep going. Yeah. Can you describe your mug today for us, sir?
Oh, yes. This is my Nordic drinking horn that Drew bought me for Christmas, I think.
Aww.
It has a symbol, I think, which is Nordic. I don't know.
It's Thor's hammer.
Anybody who follows us on Patreon can check it out, buy it in our merch store, and yeah, it's handmade by Drew.
I want, just for the record and posterity, we always mention Patreon. We have not set up a Patreon at this time. Who knows if that changes when we publish?
Drew, where have you been posting my pictures then? You keep asking about them.
They're in my hidden folder on my phone.
My follow-up question is, does Jenkins own a drinking horn? And if not, what is Jenkins' mug of choice?
I have always pictured that it's quite literally just a bucket.
Jenkins gives me big shoey energy.
Okay.
Just an old boot full of booze.
Okay.
Well, in recordings, he talks about bottles a lot, so I want to say like bottles. Maybe they're like comically big.
Where does he keep them?
Up his ass.
So that's why they're comically big.
All right, so we have a shoe, a bucket, and a bottle.
Comically big bottle.
And what do you think?
In my brain, it's like, what's the old-timey version of like a gas canister with the little straw coming, the thing coming out so you can just what I'm talking. That's some sort of gas canister.
It's like Sam in Critical Role.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Drew, your guess?
Let me find it.
Oh, you have an image. Thank you for getting an image for our podcast.
For our audio medium.
Bugs Bunny, 3 X's.
Yeah, that's what I think it is, like the 3X.
Why did they put 3 X's on the clay jugs for Looney Tunes?
Thought that meant it's like moonshine, stuff like that.
No, it means it's porn.
So Stick, what has Jenkins been drinking out of? Reveal for the class.
Well, there are 2 things that he always has on his person. What you all have seen him drink out of, you know those crusty old bottles from Holes? Like when they go to find all this stuff.
Sploosh.
Sploosh.
Yeah, it's because he has zero money, literally zero money. So he'll go through all the trash cans and get bottles, and he puts the moonshine into the dirty bottles.
Oh,
okay.
That's
However,
good.
Drew, you are right. He does have a single mason jug, like the ceramic mason jug. He has not drank out of it. That is the only nice thing that he has.
That's a secret Mousecatool we're going to save for later.
And for those listening, the X's signify how many times it has been distilled. So 3 X's means it's basically pure alcohol.
Ooh.
God, I would rather. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
Also porn.
You're saying my porn is triple distilled?
Oh my god.
I was gonna say I'll do anything to be triple distilled.
Damn.
Welcome to the session, folks. Thanks for hopping in. Welcome to our triple distilled podcast.
I forget that my mother sometimes listens to these. Sorry, Mom, if you're out there.
Fans, if you're listening, can somebody just make a horny jail compilation that we just add into this?
Oh my god.
I need it. We say some out-of-pocket shit on this podcast.
We'll give you a special role on Discord. That's
We'll give you...
XXX.
It's just XXX.
Speaking of, join our Discord,
Join our Discord.
please.
And we'll offer a free subscription to our Ko-Fi.
Sick.
And if you are the winner, you get a nice, lovely dinner with Stick.
I can't promise that'll be nice, but it'll be dinner.
The dinner will be nice.
Yeah, Stick won't be.
The peach mead will be probably good.
The sex will be good.
Are we selling stick?
This is just prostitution.
like-
No, because we're not getting money out of it, so it's not prostitution.
No, you said we talked about our Ko-Fi. That inherently gives us money.
And
No,
Patreon.
no. That's merch. That's adjacent.
Is Stick merch in this case?
Jenkins is a taken man. Stick, on the other hand,
We have the highest tier on Patreon. It's like giving us like $3,000 a month, and it's just the only reward is stick.
Yeah, it says stick merch, but there's like a little comma in there. Stick merch.
I was not made aware of this.
You're under contractual obligation as a member of the show.
Our animator has said for the low price of $150, the animator will draw you fucking your character of choice.
Fucking bet.
For $100, he'll draw your two favorite characters fucking each other.
I feel like that's too low.
That's too low.
For $5, I'll draw it.
For $5, he'll reenact it with you.
Oh.
Why do you keep trying to prostitute Stick?
Whoa, no.
Look at that face and tell me you wouldn't prostitute this man.
That is a face you sit on.
Dude is like, I have to cut all of this out for legal reasons, and I hate you all.
Leave it in.
Make this the intermission.
I was going to say, do the intermission and just be like, we didn't have a sponsor for this episode, so here's us talking about
No
prostitution.
sponsor for anything, and I don't think we ever will, especially if we keep this part in the episode.
It's sponsored by Stick's Booty Hole.
As long as you remember, I'm not a whore, I'm a slut. I'm a classy hoe.
Also, remember, if you record it, it's pornography, not prostitution.
Hey, that's First Amendment, and that's actually constitutionally protected. Okay, I feel much better about
Wait,
this
does
then.
it have to be video recorded? Because we're recording audio right now.
No.
I don't. Under First Amendment, it should.
ASMR's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the
ASMR
pornography
fuck.
thing.
My brother is in law school. I will be texting him this.
All right, so 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode. This is the weird one.
That was your best eagle screech
Yeah.
yet.
That's a good one.
That was your best one yet, Drew.
This is the silly goofy episode. It's raining. We're in some tudes. Here we go.
Raining, it's pouring, Jenkins is snoring.
Let's just jump into it. But before we do that, I think one little silly goose is going to be leveling up.
Yes, I will be. I don't know what that. Yeah, we're all in a silly goose mood. Yeah. So at the end, sometime during the last episode, your boy leveled up. Cyrus took a move and is not gonna tell anybody. I already told the DM what I took, but I'm not gonna say it out loud because it doesn't matter.
We don't get to know.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Wynn has moved from you're a vampire to you're a ghost. So you got a
Sure.
ghost move.
Am I? Who knows?
Can't see ghosts.
Yeah, you can. We have like 2 ghosts running around in Bittermesa. Where have you been?
Have you ever seen a ghost?
And have you ever seen Cyrus like float or walk through a wall? I don't think so.
Quick check so we can monitor. What is everybody's experience points? Obviously, you reset
4.
4. Oh, so you're real close.
I'm so close.
3, count them. 3, and all of that was from trying to deliver milk in the morning.
I have 1 checked off.
Okay.
1.
Alrighty. Drew has figured it out. Drew, you can share with the class.
Anything you know, Abernancy, that would get Bill talking?
Oh, shit.
Who's Bill?
Bill's the guy in the jail.
Wait, wasn't he the... Wait, the sheriff...
The one you
No.
think is the sheriff, yes.
We've done this every episode. No. Bill's not the sheriff.
So the sheriff that we killed is in the jail, and now
Who did you kill?
the sheriff that's in the jail is the Spectre. I get it now.
Jenkins. You are not seeing the code.
I'm trying. I'm trying. So
I know, you're just not quite there.
I shut up now.
Abernancy looks over to you, Wyatt, and he goes, I do not know. However, he might speak to one of you in the room.
Side glance to Cyrus.
I think Cyrus glances at Wyatt, and I think his expression is like seething, but he's not doing anything about it. But he is like, the expression is like seething.
Before that, you found Butch. He's the only body that's been found, right?
That is correct.
So, first week after, no one.
That is correct.
Same for the second week.
That is correct.
Third week, what was that man's name who was brave?
That would be Grampson.
And the fourth week was the grocer.
That is correct.
And, I'm forgetting, what was his name?
I am not aware. I have not been contacted for his funeral. I would discuss with his employer.
Be sure to do that. Now, can I use my play move that we discussed?
Yeah.
Not like out loud ask, but in Wyatt's head, he's gonna ask what's the pattern with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So for those listening, I have a move called Occult Confidential, which is the first time in each mystery that you observe a monster, minion, or phenomenon in action, you may ask one question from the investigative mystery list.
All right. And you want to ask the pattern?
Yes.
Roll.
Do I get my +1?
Yep.
That's a 10.
Ooh.
That +1 put me at 10.
Abernancy closes the ledger, unblinking for it's been like a minute. He hasn't blinked once. And just goes, it does happen every Friday. Ever since Butch, it's been every Friday at sunset. And the two deaths, I don't know much of their connection, but I do know there has been word that both were not the most upstanding citizens, the nature of which I am not aware of.
Might have some records.
Just both, huh?
Abernancy looks over to Cyrus, again, still not blinking, and just goes, I am not aware of the personal information of my clientele.
And I'm going to say that Wynn's on Wyatt's right, and Cyrus would be on the left, so Wynn would see Wyatt, squeezing his fist at Cyrus's, causing his, finger to bleed.
And you take the spoon and you stir the pot.
She's seeing that, she's gonna look at Cyrus and she's gonna go, that was not very nice to say.
Just noticing a pattern. It's what a lawman should do.
Just kiss already. Enemies to enemy lovers.
Hate, sex, hate, I know.
He's not going to say anything to Cyrus, but he's going to he'll keep his head, cocked towards him, and just be like, Abernancy, when you, buried my dad, did you collect his things?
That I did.
You, mind releasing it to me?
That I can. It's like a robot. He could just move down real smooth, and he just he grabs a shovel. There you go.
Just gets ready to start digging.
God damn it, I should have pulled it out.
There was a part of me that wanted to tempted to be kind of want to exhume Butch to be is his body decomposing at a normal rate? But I think that's not a today question. I think that's another future session question.
There's so much tension already.
I know.
Abernancy takes the box out and he puts it down. It's literally a box like a wooden crate, I should say. Not very large, probably like a shoebox. Puts it down in the same like weird, like overly classy looking script that he has his like ledgers in. He has like a name, it's probably Butch. And he opens it, and in there is his gun, which is pretty similar to the one you had already, so we don't have to change the stats. This is just me being lazy. Yeah, we're just gonna say that for the maybe like a pair of handcuffs, basic items, maybe like a lighter, but like none fancy.
Why will take the items, and especially the gun, and kind of hold it for a second before he like spins it and puts it in his holster. Thank you.
Of course, anything for future clientele.
I love him. I love him so much.
Did not like that.
I hate him, and I
Oh
am
my
him
God.
right now.
I love
kinda
him,
like
but that I did not like that.
I'm obsessed with him. I think as soon as like that's over and happening, I think that Cyrus like doesn't even like no decorum, no anything, just like turns around and like starts to walk out. I'm not saying he does completely walk out because I'm guessing there's going to be something that somebody wants to say, but I think he begins the process of just turning and just like walking out.
So Wyatt will turn to Winnie and be like, Wynn, let's go talk to Father Milton.
I think the groups were pretty split between going to Bill and then going to Father Milton. I think we're going to start off looking at you, Cyrus. You were going to try to go visit Bill, but is anybody going to follow Cyrus?
See, I was going to do it, but I forgot that my main objective right now is to get a signature from the sheriff.
And Slash, I think, didn't you have like 3 people talk to you about going to see Father Milton?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
You're
point.
good. It's if people want to follow, if people don't, it's no worries.
This is a question for the ghost host. Do you
Yes?
think Eduardo's smart enough to know the difference between a marshal and a sheriff?
No.
I feel like he would know though that Wyatt's the sheriff, right? Because we
Probably
kinda
knows he's
said
a
it.
sheriff, but he sees another badge.
That's
He
a
sees
good
another
point.
badge, and in episode, he said, "I have a badge. Trust me."
You see the badge of a marshal outside their territory.
He doesn't know that.
I
no,
do
it was "Trust me, I have a badge."
Oh, you got notes.
That's in there.
All right, so Eduardo, he could just go in thinking that, like, I can get this signature also.
But I
What do you
also don't
wanna
want
do?
you to take away from your Father Milton moment, because like seriously,
Whatever you
it's
want.
yes.
Split it up.
Let's split up, gang.
Let's split up, gang. So Eduardo just kind of like sees the group going elsewhere and sees Jenkins start to walk with Sheriff Wyatt, but Eduardo needs that signature and he wants to keep it a surprise. So he just kind of like nudges Jenkins and says, Senor Jenkins, did we ever actually learn your name? Now that I think of
No.
No one has asked.
We just know he's
anything.
Old Man Jenkins.
No, for Cyrus.
Oh,
I've said it. I've said it out loud.
You know Cyrus's name. You heard it.
Ichabod. His name isn't actually Ichabod. Elias, not Elias. He looks like Ichabod.
Elias
to me.
knew it. Yeah.
Elias knew it.
Yeah, Elias told you, but Drew, you were familiar with the
Yeah.
name already.
And I have said it a few times since.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody knows your name.
right. So Eduardo just kind of nudges Jenkins and says, Senor Jenkins, the mysterious creature cowboy Cyrus hybrid thing, he may be getting into some trouble.
Oh, that crafty little feller. What do we do?
Perhaps you should follow and make sure that he is up to all of the goodness.
I don't know about that. You see, I have this quality about me where I have this certain cologne that I give off, and people smell me a mile away.
Eduardo just kind of like takes one of his gargantuan fingers and holds it up and he's like, Senor Jenkins.
Yeah. What?
It always has to start with this. Senor Jenkins, you are upwind from this man.
Oh,
You can do it. I believe in you. I am not stealthy.
I'm gonna need a bottle of milk.
Deal.
It's gonna make a cocktail.
And Eduardo just pats through his bandolier. I have no rotes that can like add stealth to my milk, do I?
No.
Hold on. I'm looking for a stupid thing to do.
Just tell him it adds stealth.
Yeah, just tell him. Pavlov him.
Jenkins, are you hurt at all?
We have not rested yet. Oh wait, no.
We rested once.
We haven't done anything since our last rest though.
Okay, so you have no damage.
So I have no damage.
All right, never mind.
Remember, you have the 2 rotes.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give him the second one.
I'm just saying, if you want to stir shit up.
Ooh, actually though, that's not a terrible idea. Okay, so I need to roll magic.
Yep.
First. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Eduardo is gonna roll magic for one of his rotes, which we'll see. We're off to a good start. That was a 6, and that's a nat 12, bitches.
Hey!
Where is Winifred and Sheriff relative to us, since I kind of nudged them off to the side?
They would be a little bit ahead, but they wouldn't hear you.
Yeah, I think I left first, and then I think the sheriff left.
Yeah, and then Winifred followed, and
Yeah.
then you went to the side. Yous are all still near-ish each other.
So in our last recording, Eduardo got up super early in the morning to milk the cows. One, to bring some to Wyatt, but also to refresh. How many bottles am I able to take from that interaction?
From when you milked the cow,
From your milking?
Yeah, I have 7 out of my original 10.
we'll say that you're back up to 10.
10 out of 10. Perfect. All right, so Eduardo takes one of the noticeably larger bottles from the bottom of the bandolier with a gold cap on the top and kind of flicks his thumb up in a thumbs up, almost like he's flipping a switchblade, and starts carving very, very carefully into the top of the milk bottle, right on the cap, putting a different style of cow print on this time. He then goes down onto the ground and starts to make that same pattern in the dirt and pours the milk into those ridges, and it starts to glow. It starts to grow.
Does Winifred
Grinch's
see
heart.
this?
Yeah. Listen, Winifred, you see this.
He's doing magic.
Eduardo's not stealthy. He's also not big enough to block the entirety of the glow that's happening in front of him. So it starts to glow with this white, milky hue. And you just begin to hear, oh, oh,
Yeah? Yeah?
She's setting up her camera. She's trying to take a picture of
as
this.
Bessie, the demon cow, rises from the rune. And this cow is just extremely large, bulky. If a cow worked out, this is that cow. This is Bessie.
Muscular.
Travis,
This cow.
what is it with you and weirdly sexual animals in this?
Why is it sexual? It's just a big cow.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. It's fine. First we have Daisy. Now we have Bessie. I have a lot of questions.
Are you doing this in front of Jenkins?
Yeah,
Or
Yes.
right in front of you.
In front of everybody.
I'm doing this right in front of Jenkins as if you should know exactly what I'm doing.
what? God almighty, what's going on here?
Eduardo just takes one of his gargantuan hands and puts it right underneath Bessie's chin and gives her little scritches, and they're just holding, little. It's my girl, and he's like, "This is Bessie, Bessie Jenkins, Bessie."
The cow gives it a little gentle nod of the head in acknowledgement.
Jenkins covers his eyes as if he's not supposed to be looking at whatever's happening.
There's also nothing special about this cow other than it's buff.
Yeah.
Jenkins doesn't know what's going on.
Much like Stick himself does not know what's going on.
Just Eduardo continues to just give scritches on Bessie's chin, and it's just she will help you on your journey.
Does she need clothing?
No, it is a cow.
He peeks through his pinky hole, between his ring and his pinky. He's like, oh, okay. Bessie, you with me.
Bessie breathes heavy out of the nose, and then and then moves up forward towards you, Jenkins.
Cowbell clanking.
Yeah.
Ed, can you roll a d6 for me?
Just 1d6.
Just 1d6.
I got a 4.
Okay. So wait, you gave him a jug of milk, right?
He gave you a cow.
I gave you the whole cow.
What's he supposed to do with it? He wanted milk.
Well, now you have an unlimited supply.
Wait, so how am I supposed? I thought you were gonna give me milk.
I have given you something better. You see, this wonderful specimen will mask the putridness of your skin, so you may sneak by undetected.
Boy, I'm gonna ignore what you just said about me, but thank you. He reaches into his pocket, no, sorry, not his pocket. He reaches into his knapsack, and you hear like the clinking of bottles, and he pulls something out, and it's like this like opaque greenish bottle. This is one of my special brews. I call it I've got high hops. You know, like the song? 'Cause he's got high hops.
I thought you were talking about the International House of Hops.
Putridity.
If you like beer, this is like beer plus whiskey. Very hoppy.
Bisky.
Yeah, bisky. All right, Bessie, come on, let's go.
Bessie, like, leans out a little bit as if nudging you, just like, I will guide us. Like, you can hop on her back.
Eduardo just gives her a little gentle pat on the back as she starts to walk away, with Jenkins like just sneaking along the side of her. This is not at all how I thought the Bessie reveal was gonna happen, but I'm kind of loving this.
I have a question. I'm happy with whatever the decision is here. Do I see this happening? Because on the one hand, it's so funny that they do this whole stealth rigmarole, and I literally watch this demon cow being summoned. But also, I am so happy with the idea that Cyrus has already turned the corner and has no idea what's coming for him.
Cyrus has no idea.
Good. I love it.
Yeah,
Obsessed.
it feels super in character that Cyrus doesn't care about anything else other than
Exactly.
what his goal is.
Exactly. This is incredible.
Meanwhile, there is Jenkins on a cow sneaking behind.
I don't think Jenkins would be on the cow. Jenkins wants to be sneaky. He was told to be stealthy, so he's gonna hide behind Bessie.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jenkins, for your own sake, since this was a 10 plus, Bessie is your ally until either the next session or day. So use Bessie as you will, and if you hurt her, Eduardo will be sad.
Jenkins is all about preserving life. Also, make sure that you write down the name High Hops, because that lets me know what to do.
That goes into your inventory.
Oh, the bottle was for me.
Yeah, the bottle's for you.
Oh,
He hands it,
okay.
It was a trade.
Got you. All right.
That goes in your inventory. And when you use it, then Sick will reveal what it is.
Did Winifred get a photo of the cow leaving the demon circle?
Roll act under pressure.
How fast can you set up the camera?
Yeah, with the little
Yeah,
like
right?
old-timey flash thing. Just
Okay, hell yeah, that was a nat 12.
With a speed quite
High
unseen.
roll.
Not
Fuck yes.
only did you set up the camera fast enough, you have managed to get 3 photos of the circle, Bessie getting mid in the circle, and then Bessie after they have been summoned.
It's the best day of my life.
remember that time you forgot to take pictures of the actual demon?
But you got my cow.
She was too busy trying to stop the sheriff from dying. She's gonna turn to Wyatt and she's gonna be like, I'm gonna follow the demon cow. And then just goes.
I don't even know what the fuck's happening.
All
Safe
right.
travels, Bessie.
So, Jenkins, are you following Cyrus with Bessie? Bessie will do whatever you want, so.
He was instructed to follow Cyrus, so he will follow as stealthily as he can.
All right, so Bessie is going to. Cyrus has not seen any of this. Cyrus is going, like, entering back
Perfect.
into town. So behind Cyrus, you just see this big muscular cow, Jenkins, just kind of like very stealthily, like following behind, being hidden. And Winifred, you said you're following?
Yeah, she's running like with her camera.
All right, so
stumbling a
somebody
bit.
not stealthily, just holding her camera.
Yeah.
First of all, this is one of those moments. Key, I desperately want to see this animated.
Yeah, this is an animated
desperately
moment.
want to see like Cyrus just like
I need
big
Bessie.
fucking bulking, just like you know, minding a nose. This is one of those moments where I have never wanted to see anything more in my
This
goddamn
has to
life.
be animated. All right, so Cyrus, you're heading straight to the sheriff's office?
I am.
All right, so you're walking. The other two are following behind. Do you want to attempt to look, or you're just
No,
focused and you want to
absolutely not. This is too funny.
All right. So you get to the sheriff's office because Eduardo, you're staying over with Wyatt, right?
Yeah, so the moment that like Eduardo pats Bessie on the back and sees them on their way, he just kind of like turns around and immediately starts like shuffling over to Wyatt.
All right. So I'll get back to you in a bit. I want to see where the fuck this goes. This is. I got nothing fucking planned for this, so I am excited.
Roll for cow.
Roll for moo.
I think Cyrus, basically, since he walked out from the Undertaker's, he is beelining it to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Where is the chapel? Because my question is, like, actually, I don't care what Wyatt thinks or care. I've decided. Never mind. Because I was like, does he wait for Wyatt to, like, pass before he tries the door? Probably not. He just tries the door on the sheriff's office.
You're walking the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he tries the door on the sheriff's office and just tries to walk in.
Wyatt, did you purposely lock it, or are we gonna leave it up to the roll if it's locked or not?
I mean, I would feel that if he's not there, he would lock it.
All right, so we could say that it's locked then. So, Cyrus?
So I think he tries the door. Oh, God. Okay, because here's my thing, is that, like, I know, because he doesn't know anybody's following him.
No, somehow.
I think that he then, I want to do, like, a quick scan to see if, like, there's anything, like, you know, some people have, you know, potted plants by their doors with a key under it or something. You never know. So first I would think he would do a scan for that, even though that's not really likely. But then I think he's going to walk around the jailhouse to look for another entrance/window, because I'm pretty sure I remember that there's specifically windows into the jail cells.
Yeah, the tit window.
Yeah, the tit window.
The tit window. I think really and truly he would have, if he knew Wynn was following, would have asked Wynn, but he doesn't know Wynn's following. Mm-hmm. So I think in the meantime, he's going to look around for another entrance or another way to get in that doesn't involve breaking down the door.
Well, I will say tit window, if it goes into the cell, would have bars.
Yeah.
That's fine. Can I still talk to somebody through bars?
Yeah, so the tit window is facing the street. That's where, like, Jenkins was.
Yeah.
Where Bill is on the opposite end. So you could yell. The tit window, to Jockstick's memory, that was when you were in the cell and Eddie was hiding, but his tits were in the window.
Oh, so you actually were saying tit, not like tint.
No, tit.
T-I-T.
Okay.
The titty window.
So there's not a window in every cell?
No.
Okay.
It's just the one looking in.
Can I investigate to see if there's another way into this office?
Investigate.
That doesn't immediately require breaking anything down? Ooh, that was an investigative mystery is sharp.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9.
Nice. So you're not seeing a direct way. Like, you at least know that there is the window, but it is barred. So you can't get in. So yeah, like, there is the window which you can yell through, and then there's the door that you can break.
Has enough time of me investigating past that perhaps so Wynn is not being stealthy, but the cow is stealthy.
So you turn around and you'll notice a cow, but not Jenkins behind said cow. And then there's just Wynn.
Chasing after the cow.
The cow is right behind you, but you do not see Jenkins.
Okay, that's great. I love this. Okay, I think Cyrus just, like, turns around and is like, you have never seen Cyrus really, like, caught off guard before, but I think the cow does it.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Because it just looks like a normal cow, right?
But slightly buff.
Yeah.
I think he looks at the cow. There's a moment when his hand kind of twitches a little bit, almost like instinct for the quick draw, and then sees Wynn and just... I cannot wait to get out of this godforsaken town.
The cow kind of, like, looks a bit insulted.
Oh.
I think he approaches the cow really slowly.
Okay.
And, like, sort of hands out. Because I totally forgot until this very fucking moment that I did have initially, he was a ranch hand as a small child. And I forgot about this until this one right now. It's fine. That's in my backstory. Forgot about it. So I think he, like, slowly kind of, like, hands out, approaches the cow. And as Wynn is coming up and is like, is this yours?
Bessie, I need you to roll act under pressure. They
I
keep
need a
hiding.
character sheet for this cow.
I love that I did really actually pull the black and white dice for this today. This is so funny to me.
That is a 9. I assume she doesn't take any of my +1s or +2s.
No, this is just straight up black and white, if you will.
But
I feel like she gets a +1 on tough because she's muscular.
Yeah, on tough, she'll get that.
does she get a weird bonus because she's a demon fucking cow?
That's a good point.
Bessie manages to hide Jenkins from view, but the smell of alcohol is present to Cyrus.
It's an alcoholic cow.
I think Cyrus just kind of like doesn't blink at that. But yeah, so he approaches the cow and then says to Wynn, like, is this gal yours?
Trying to not drop her camera and the photo. She's like, no, it's the milkman's. He just summoned it from a milk circle on the ground. And she's like so excited. I got photos of it.
What's your response to that?
Summoned from a fucking milk circle, man.
That sounded more like Shaggy.
Yeah. I think Cyrus just because I think he was like approaching the cow, and then I think he pauses, and then he like looks at Wynn, like, is it okay? And then he looks back at Bessie, well, the cow, he doesn't know Bessie's name, and says, well, girl, I guess you're something else, aren't you? And he like goes and continues to like try to like he wants to boop the snoot. He doesn't want to boop the snoot because obviously Cyrus is, too grimdark for booping, but he does a little, he's trying to pet the snoot.
I like to think that when you say you're really something else, ain't you? Just a fly is crawling directly over one of their eyes, like unblinking.
Yeah.
Fuck it, am I now a secondary character?
Would you
of
like to
Bessie?
roleplay as Bessie?
I'm down, Stick, if you're okay with it.
Absolutely.
Does this count as Trav finally becoming a furry?
I mean, cows don't have fur.
There's a name for the cowgirl thing. What is it? If you know, leave it in the comments section down below.
Yeah, out yourself to the internet.
Yeah. What kind of hentai are you into? Let us know at patreon.com/rollnoevil.
I'm uncomfortable with the energy we created in the studio today.
It's the Silly Goose episode.
It's called a who cow fetish subculture that is focused around role playing as a cow and lactation.
Thank you for outing yourself.
You
good.
knew that way too quickly.
Called Google.
Google was not available during this recording. There's no like non-weird way to say this. What do I need to roll to lick Cyrus?
No, you don't have to roll anything because his hand's right there.
Okay.
Make the noise.
I don't even know if I have something that can emulate this, but just one slobbery just blob of a tongue just straight up Cyrus's arm.
I gagged, and that wasn't even as a bit. That was a very genuine reaction to what the fuck you just did.
I am an actor.
This is a question. She's a demon cow. Does it like burn a little because it's like sulfur? Like, is it normal cow saliva or is it?
She may be summoned by demonic means, but she's
just a
she's
cow.
just a cow.
Okay.
It's
Um,
literally
just
just
a
a cow.
I think
Just a slightly more intelligent
I think
cow.
Cyrus, you can't really see because he has the handkerchief. I think he smiles.
Can Jenkins stealthily place a hand on Cyrus?
He's fully distracted. You could just do that.
Doing this to me again, motherfucker.
Mid.
Jenkins will place a hand on on Cyrus and waft his stench that way and possibly intoxicate.
Do I feel like putting a hand on me, I feel like I have to act under pressure.
You gotta roll act under pressure.
Yeah.
Because then you can get away.
Yep.
Bessie's just happy to meet so many strangers.
I rolled a 7. I might use luck on this. I'm super tempted because I don't want to be fucked for my conversation with Bill because I really want that conversation with Bill.
So you avoid it, then yeah.
Oh wait, no, because then something
bad might happen.
Well, then joke's on you. Bessie uses luck and it's fully effective.
You're fucked either way.
I'm fucked either way. You know what? No, it's more fun if I use luck and have the fun disadvantage. Fuck it, I'm gonna use luck and get the fun disadvantage. I want something fun to happen to me. Okay, that's fun.
Okay, so Jenkins, he's getting out of the way. You don't. Your hand just swipes.
That's good because I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Mark experience.
Mark experience. Both of you.
Oh, do I mark experience when I use luck?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't think I knew that.
Do I roll it? Because I wasn't actually supposed to roll because I never actually got the move off.
He acted under pressure regardless, so you still would have.
Okay.
You made the move, and then he made a rebuttal move.
So am I sloshed? On a miss, you get sloshed instead.
Yep.
Amazing. Great.
There's a drunk man and a cow.
Jenkins is drunk again.
This feels in character that Cyrus kind of wasted a luck. I love this.
I find it funny if Jenkins, you like, because you're behind Bessie, you have like dropped to the ground and like underneath try to like sneak up on Cyrus. But Cyrus just like, the hand licker is just like, all right. And you just swipe and miss and hit yourself.
Yeah, okay, go. Swig of good luck. And wait, why is there 3 of them? Oh, crap.
Ghostos, will you tell me what for my luck use is, or will you do the thing for that?
What playbook are you again?
I've never said.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait, I think I know.
I
which
know
one.
what you are. I know what you are.
You don't know.
I put the clues together.
I could be anything.
All I hear is the fucking TikTok audience like, I know what you are. You like kissing boys, don't you?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Same.
I'm bisexual. I do.
All right, so how many points of luck have you taken?
2.
2. All right, I'll bring it up when the time comes.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Good shit. Okay. Yeah. I think Cyrus is going to have like a small moment of absent-mindedly like petting Bessie. Does he notice Jenkins?
No, Jenkins is still hidden.
Great. So I think he just has a nice moment petting Bessie, and then he sort of like remembers himself, kind of like shakes himself and is like, and you can almost see him straighten back up into that kind of like that Marshall Cyrus kind of a posture, and then sort of gives Bessie one last little pat and turns to Wynn and says, you don't happen to have a way into the sheriff's office now, do you?
Do I? Would sheriff have given me
No.
a key? No, okay.
No.
It's your second day.
That's true.
You haven't had your onboarding yet. You know, your I-9 is
It
blank.
was like your second day on the job.
And you screwed up the first day, too.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you're fired. You're also just not getting paid.
I do not have a key, unfortunately. But we have the cow. Maybe... No, we shouldn't break down the door, though, because I feel like I'll probably get fired for that. But that would have made a really great photo. I'm really conflicted.
Dude, I'm going to send you a message.
I think Cyrus just kind of nods and looks to the door and looks to Winifred and says, I need to talk to Bill. And so I need to get into their office. Now,
Okay.
if you...
Calm your horse. No, not horses. Calm your cow. I'll figure out something. Let's see. The jail cell. That was a push, not a pull. So maybe the door's the same way. Like, have you tried the door?
He just looks at her.
We're workshopping here.
I need you to roll act under pressure.
Yeah, okay. Fuck, man.
That's what I said to Dude. I was just like, I was listening to the other episode. It's like, oh yeah, the jail door was never closed. It was just a push door. I'd be curious to see if this also works.
Thank God I rolled a 10. Goddamn.
No.
Pass. You're still fine.
Great.
I want to see your monster form.
With that, he goes and he, like, still looking at her, he walks back over to the door and pushes and pulls it. Is keeping eye contact and, like, does the door and pushes it and pulls it just for that.
It's locked.
Damn it.
Dang, okay, so he did lock it. Then maybe we go to the sheriff and get the key?
I'm gonna get into this office, and if you don't want to see how I do it, I suggest turning your back.
Okay. She just turns around.
She doesn't walk away, she just turns around.
She wants to be by the cow. The cow's here. She's not gonna leave.
I know, and I know this is gonna come back and bite me in the ass, but this is what Cyrus would do. I want to see if there's a way I can do this in the least destructive way I think he can, maybe? I don't know, actually.
That would be a nat 12.
Can always use luck.
I would like to do no, because that wouldn't really count. Sorry, I was trying to look at the weird moves to be like, would this be like pushing past its limits? But no, it's a fucking door, and I've already broken open a door. So I'm just gonna. So do I roll to kick some ass on this door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God, motherfucking damn it! All right. This is bad. 11.
Okay.
Oh.
So with your big boot, you just
For a second, I thought you were going to say big boobs.
your big boobs.
Cyrus could have some tits. You know what?
You heard it here. Canonically, Cyrus has knockers.
Bazonkas.
Anyway, sorry.
With the big ass boot, Cyrus, you just smash open the door, and the hinges are flying off, and the door, it is not neat, not anything. It just.
Wynn kind of jumps a bit.
Not even on a okay, that's fine.
It's hanging on by like one hinge, so it's almost like a loose tooth. It's like kind of dangling a little bit from the top.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well.
Wynn does like a slow turn over her shoulder. She's like, oh, that's a little worse than I thought.
Yeah, he just kind of like looks at Wynn, and he doesn't look chagrined, but if he could look chagrined, I think he would slightly look chagrined. And he
Say it one more time.
Chagrined?
Give me the definition, because that's an SAT word right there.
Chagrined, it's like sheepish, not quite like not quite ashamed, but he looks a little like there's a small amount of sort of distress, or a small amount of like, I probably shouldn't have hit it that hard. What's the actual definition of chagrined?
Look, I was no AP student.
While you're looking that up, Jenkins is gonna tug on Wynn's pant leg and say, "You should take a picture. Take a
Where
picture."
do you come from?
Yeah, Jenkins just spawns because nobody's seen him so far.
No, I thought Wynn knew that he was there.
Yeah, Wynn would have seen
Wynn
that he's
knew.
there.
Oh, I did? Okay, never mind.
Because you were behind them.
Yeah, you came from
Oh,
behind.
that's true. That would have been funny.
You would have seen.
Bessie, the stealth cow.
He's still trying to stealth, but he's like, take a picture. Take a picture.
A picture of what?
Breaking and entering. Right near the sheriff's deputy.
What? I'm not gonna waste film on this. It's very obvious that he did it. We have track record of him doing it at the Tice estate.
Don't speak to me. Don't. They're gonna know I'm here. Just
Okay.
take a picture. I'm not here.
I'm not taking a picture. I'm not wasting.
Bessie just.
Bessie, take the picture.
All right, yeah. Best take the picture.
I'm sorry. Keep
No,
going.
don't apologize.
Chagrin. I'm chagrining right now.
Sheepish, cowish. I think that Cyrus has walked in, but he leaves the door like open, obviously, but like he doesn't close it behind him.
Yeah, because you can't close it.
You said it was still hanging on its hinges.
It's if it's got like two hinges like on the top one is broken, so it's just leaning like a loose tooth.
I feel bad, but it's what Cyrus would do, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, Cyrus is gonna walk on in, and he's gonna go to the jail cells because again, he hasn't been here before, but he knows that like Bill was in a jail cell, so like he knows Bill was arrested, so he's gonna go talk
It's not
to Bill.
gonna be confusing where he has to look. Quite literally, it's when you walk in, it's like two rooms.
Yeah.
'Cause it's the one that you just walked into, which still has all the food messed up, so it smells awful in there. And then the other is the jail cell, which does have a door, but it wouldn't be locked.
Cyrus, when he sees like how disgusting the state of the first room is, he like kind of wrinkles his nose, and and then he moves on. Not really, but he like, I think he judges Wyatt a little bit.
For a thing that he didn't do?
I don't know that. All I know is I walked into your office and it's fucking disgusting, encrusted in food.
It's disgusting, but then there's also fresh milk that Eduardo has left. However, it's
Alright.
been there for, by this time, it's probably like the day is ending. So that milk, it also smells like sour fucking milk because it's been there all fucking day.
Gross.
It's raw milk in the desert.
Been here 2 days, people.
Yeah, you have been here 2 days and you've already made your office look like this. Cyrus is judging
Been here
you.
2 days. His dad died 4 weeks ago, and you guys are just fucking with his office.
Wynn did nothing.
I didn't.
Yo, you didn't fuck with his office? You broke the door.
I did break down the door.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Okay, Cyrus is gonna go talk to Bill.
Just for reference, Bill's jail cell is locked.
Yeah. It is, I'll just describe the scene again. It's not a very big room. It's jail cells on just one side of the wall. The one that is like nearest the window that Jenkins was that one time It's still kind of, you see some empty bottles still from Jenkins's time. And there's more cells like in between that are empty, but then at the one in the very end, near a corner, is Bill's. It is locked. Like I said, it's the end of the day, so it is very close to sunset, and the last few streams of sunlight are going in. That entire end is pretty shadowy to begin with, considering it's not near a window, nor is there light. But you can see very softly, pressed up against the corner, is like a mask covered by a blanket. Just kind of like, every so often you see some shifting under there, but for the most part pretty silent.
Okay. And I think that Cyrus is going to sort of like pause at the door because he assumes that Wynn is going to follow after.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I think he pauses at the door. His eyes do not leave the person sort of shadowed under the blanket. And he says, I need you to just let me talk to him. You can stay, but any questions you might have, I don't know if I can answer them. And he walks in.
Jenkins, are you also following, or you?
Yeah, Jenkins, that was his job, is to follow.
Okay.
So that means Bessie's going in too.
So a marshal, a secretary, a cow, and a drunk walk into a jail cell.
All right. I'm imagining this is like a 2-room thing. And like Cyrus is in the door to the second room. And that like Wynn and Jenkins and the cow are in the like first main room.
To get into the jail, because again, it is a room, you would have to walk and like go in front of Bill's cell.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody could fit in.
Yeah, but right now, okay. I go up to the cell. When I approached, do I see his face at all, or is he like fully under?
He is fully under a blanket. You don't see him. As you get closer, you can hear like slight mumblings to himself, but like it's incoherent.
They tell me your name is Bill.
At the sound of the voice, he jumps a little bit, like skittish. However, doesn't respond. Still like incoherent mumblings beneath his breath, like.
They say we might have something in common here, Bill.
Bill doesn't move. The shaking still happens, but you could see, like, visibly that he's listening. He doesn't respond still, but he's listening.
If I wanted to try to manipulate him into talking to me, is that something I would do now, or do I need him to, like...
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna manipulate somebody. This is one of those that even though I just fucking used it, if I don't succeed in this, I am definitely using luck because I need this motherfucker to talk to me. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay, a dirty 12.
Okay. So you can start asking your questions and he's going to respond.
Do you remember your whole life, Bill?
From under the blanket, you don't see his face, but you do see 2 fingers kind of like get out like and start like picking at their gnarled hands covered in dirt, nails broken, and just goes, yes, no, I see, yes. His breath is like strained.
What happened to you 4 weeks ago, Bill? I need to know. Is this when you became?
Bill stops for a moment as he's like picking at his thumbnail, stops for a moment to think, but then under his breath, just loud enough that you're able to hear, everybody who's in the room is able to hear, goes, we got a bounty. And then as if like more knowledge comes, he grabs the end of the nail that he was picking at and just rips it right from his finger and just goes, we were gonna go west, and then I didn't go west. I woke up and I was here.
Wynn's camera's down. She's taking notes.
We never established the rules for Bessie. I'm assuming Eduardo holds no information from Bessie's interactions. Okay, they are two separate entities.
That'd be funny if they were like mind linked.
Bessie is just Eduardo's lassie. Like, old man Jenkins fell in the well.
No, you milk Bessie's milk and then you drink it and then you get all the knowledge that she has.
Let me know if that question makes sense, Jen, and if not, I'll explain further.
I need you to roll investigate a mystery.
Oh god. Okay. Motherfucker. All right. Jesus Christ. Another goddamn dirty 12. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god. This is exactly what I needed. I literally just rolled an 11 and I'm like, holy shit. Okay. I'm so willing to take luck on any of these, which is why I'm like freaking out. Okay, this is fine.
So, Bill, the skin of his finger, it's like the nail is mostly gone from that one, but there is no blood that flows. The little straggle and hangnails he's now picking like violently off of his finger, and he just goes, it was got the silver, it was going to somewhere to the Gold Coast. And Cyrus, as he says this, it's almost overwhelming, the sensation. Like enough where you literally have to take a bit of a step back. You get flashes of a train filled with silver coins, as well as the sound of hooves and the sights of bandanas masking faces flowing in the wind. You feel the blow of wind on your face. You remember this heist. You remember that there was a train of silver stolen, as well with the knowledge of Bill and his last name, Gibson. That this was a gang that you would have been assigned to stop.
So you were supposed to go after these coins, but you didn't. You didn't go west. Where did you go, Bill?
Bill kind of like rubs his fingers together as if he's still feeling the sensation of the silver. And he just goes, it was gonna be a bounty. His head lifts a little bit from under the blanket. You still don't see his face. At this point, the sun is setting even more, and the beginnings of moonlight are beginning to trickle in, almost making the entire prison go from a golden hue to a silvered. And he just kind of, it was gonna be the biggest score. Me and the boys, we were gonna go west. They couldn't get us anymore. No more bounties. He just kind of like rubs his fingers together, and but then he starts counting on his fingers, and he goes, 5 weeks. 5 weeks ago. He corrects himself.
5 weeks. You know how I said last time, I was like, I'm gonna make a timeline. Guess who didn't make a fucking timeline? Motherfuckers. 5 weeks.
You know who did?
And you didn't share? I was gonna share it. You didn't share it?
Cyrus doesn't share.
Okay. That was me, Emily, the player, who was gonna make something to share with our
to be
friends.
Fair, I made it like right before session.
It's okay, I have my notes from last time.
What did Butch know about these coins? Did Butch know about these coins?
Bill kind of like shakes his head violently, like way too exaggerated, and just goes, I didn't meet the sheriff.
Is this specter who's haunting these towns? Is he how you got this way?
He's shaking his head even more. The blanket is starting to slip. You can see, again, just glimmers in the moonlight, just sunken in face, whiskers on the chin. Maybe he was a young man, but fear and terror have aged him considerably. The hollowness of his cheeks and sunken in eyes almost make him look like he's already decomposing. And he just goes, I never met that thing. I never met the sheriff. I never met. And he's just like over and over. And then he just starts pointing, and he like not turning his head. He goes, I never met you. And he points to Winifred. He goes, and I never met you. And he points to Jenkins. And I never met you. And he points to Bessie. But then he just stops to you, Cyrus, and goes, and this time he does turn, and the face is just pale. The eyes are wide. At one point, dark rings. I mean, they're frighteningly dark. His lips are chapped and flaking. and raises a finger. He goes, "You were the marshal."
What?
Says Bessie.
Jenkins will break all stealth, like, at this point. He is astounded by the decomposing man who's talking, and the fact that the decomposing man knows the marshal who came out of nowhere. The person who's in a jail cell knows the marshal, and the marshal was there.
Cyrus, I decided, does not make any comment about Jenkins. He is so zoned in. He says,
I was hunting your gang that night, but I don't know what happened to you. And I don't know what happened to me.
and I think Cyrus pulls out a hand, and he takes off a glove, and he rips one of his nails off. And there's no blood.
Bill he's been sitting on the ground. He shuffles over to the cell and just wraps his fingers around it, pressing his face between the bars. And he just goes, You ain't the marshal here. You were the marshal. And he just trails off, but his eyes get wide to you, Cyrus. His mouth is beginning to form the letter P.
Do you know what happened to Progress?
Bill, his eyes are darting all over, not looking at anybody and looking at everything somehow at the same time. He goes, It's longer there than it is out here. It feels like years pass there. Then you wake up, and you're not there no more. I want to go back too. And he almost whimpers a little bit.
I know. I was there for... Where did it go, Bill? How long were you there for?
It felt like 5 to 10 years. I felt like home. And you see a little tear trickle down his face.
I think I have to roll act under pressure. Because I think Cyrus is...
You said it before I knew. I was just about to say it.
Fail.
Oh, that was bad. Okay, I'm not... That was a 5 plus this. I don't succeed that, so I'm gonna first of all mark experience, and second, then you get to tell me what. You can either message me or tell me what I do.
I'm gonna message you right now because it's better if I just do that.
He really quickly put his hands over Bill so he can't back away. So he just goes and he says,
How long ago did you wake up dead?
Bill digs his broken shard nails into yours, and just tightened dry skin is crackling against the rusted metal of the cell. Just goes, When did the sheriff die?
4 weeks ago.
When I woke up, he was dead. He didn't throw me in this cell. His hands, they're shaking.
I think Cyrus is too.
They're both shaking, and Bill just looks up at you and he goes, I want to go back. I want to go back. We ain't supposed to be here.
I have been searching every day for the last 5 years.
Bill starts hanging his head, that you could see that the hair, again, there are chunks missing, whether he ripped it out or whether it's fallen out. But he is now shaking violently enough where the bars are starting to shake. They're not gonna fall, but they're shaking now. If you get back, take me back. We ain't supposed to be here. I don't know what it is. And he looks up and he goes, We ain't the first.
What do you mean, Bill?
He is hyperventilating. Just he's getting all worked up. His hands, he is pried them off the bar. Even your iron grip, Cyrus, he breaks his fingers getting out of it. He is standing up. He is looking around the cell. His chest is going up and down, up and down, up and down. And he just goes, I don't In progress, the others, they were from the same thing that got us. And he looks over and he goes, why you think we went there and not the beyond?
I remember for the first time in my life, I was not angry all the time there. I was content, but I don't remember what it feels like anymore.
Bill, in like a weird sobering, like you could see his shoulders. He's still shaking, but they get a little less jittery. He just looks over at you. At this point, the moon is high above, the light blaring down on both of you, and just goes, because the more time we are out here, the less we are the people we were when our hearts were beating. He is a wreck at this point. He is like beginning to pace around this. It's not a big cell, there's not much to go, but he's going back and forth, back and forth. Even to you, Cyrus, this man is broken.
Did that specter bring us back?
His head turns, and he almost looks confused, Bill. He goes, he one of us. He just angrier than any of us will ever be.
Well, maybe for the first time, I actually think I can beat that thing.
At this point, he laughs, like a dark, like sickly laugh, almost a wheeze, and just goes, that thing, it don't want any of us. And he looks over and he goes, I don't know much of what happened, but I know it's looking for the thing that got us in.
Do you still have one of those coins, Bill?
He just sinks back to the ground. He starts reaching for the blanket again. He goes, those coins don't mean jack. Don't want no gold. It don't want no nothing. It wants the one. And he just starts hyperventilating over and over and over at this point.
Who is the one, Bill? We need to know who is the one, Bill.
One eye is twitching, his teeth are biting so deep into his lip you can see that it's gone through.
I think that Cyrus says to Wynn, no, he's not gonna go say, go talk to the sheriff. Motherfucker. No, I'm sorry. This is when he uses his fucking push their body past human limits. He's gonna try and fucking get into that cell.
Okay, you gotta roll, no luck.
Yeah, he's gonna try to do the no limits. Oh my, I need to take a fucking photo.
Is it a nat 12?
It is a nat motherfucking 12. Yeah!
Hell yeah.
This was the right dice. This was the black and white dice. These dice were blessed by Bessie because it is the black and white dice today. This is exactly, fuck you guys, man. This is a lot for me and for Cyrus right now. It's fine.
You grab, like, the bars and you start shaking it, trying to get it open, shaking and shaking, until finally the solid, like, barred door of iron snaps straight off, the bolt and the hinges flying. Winifred, you're not gonna take damage, but it hits you as it flies out.
Jenkins starts running at Sheriff! Sheriff! Sheriff!
So if Jenkins goes, does Bessie go with Jenkins?
Yeah, what does Bessie do?
What does Bessie do?
Jenkins doesn't know to give any commands, so he just books it. What does Bessie do in response?
In true Eduardo fashion, I like to think that Bessie was in there the whole time. Like, this entire lore drop is happening, and Bessie's just kind of in the background, just like... But as soon as she sees Jenkins start hightailing it out of there, turns completely around, disregarding any sort of physical materials inside this office. So now it genuinely looks like a bull in a china shop. Like, it just completely decimates the desk and just kind of waddles out of there trying to chase after Jenkins. We do some property damage.
So much property damage this episode.
Alright, yeah. Have fun in your flashback.
As a marshal, a secretary, a cow, and a drunk scamper off.
The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club, Eduardo. You know, you go back to where Wyatt is. Wyatt, what are you doing? You're still at the mortuary at this point.
Yeah. Well, milk cow happened.
Mhm.
He cameraed.
Camera.
He cameraed all over the place.
No.
He cameraed.
No.
As Eduardo's coming, he's like, we're gonna get back to that. Don't think that's how cows where they come from.
Where do they come from for you, senor?
Another cow.
Where do baby cows come from?
Another cow.
Eduardo is cow?
It didn't come from you in the way that the cows come from a cow.
Perhaps we should save this for patreon.com/Ronovi.
No, I want to hear this. I want Wyatt to explain to Eduardo where baby cows come from.
Explain cow fucking to me.
So when a cow loves a cow,
when a cow loves a woman.
They go in a barn
Yes.
or a stable.
Yes.
You hear some things,
Yes.
and then a specified amount of time later,
Yes.
the female cow
Yes.
births the baby cow.
You lost me.
I'll show you later.
What?
Yeah, he will.
I'm sure there's a cow get ready to pop here somewhere.
Bow chicka brown cow.
Trav, can we get a bow chicka bow wow but on the guitar?
I don't know if I could do brown chicken, brown cow. Where'd my pick go?
Did you check up your butt?
Have you checked your butthole? Skibby dabba
Probably not
butthole.
wrong. I'm probably sitting on it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it actually was
actually
under
was
your
in the
butthole.
That's what I said. Did you check
It
your
was
butt?
under your
I
butthole.
didn't check my butthole.
Just a reminder to all listeners, make sure to check your butthole today.
And this is a PSA from Roll No Evil.
Oh, that was a
Whoa,
good
whoa,
one.
Key. He's not showing him how to make the baby cow. He's showing it where it comes from.
Continue.
Yeah, we'll yeah, and Wyatt's just gonna walk back into the mortuary.
Wait, senor, sir. You promise?
I'm sure there's a cow ready to pop here somewhere.
Well, if you are a man of your word, I suppose you wouldn't be opposed to putting this promise to ink, as they say.
I need you to roll manipulate. I love the logic. I want to see the execution.
I'm obsessed with this.
You said it's manipulate someone?
Yep.
That is going to be a 5.
Mark experience.
It's a full fail.
We are marking experience.
Let it play out, Jen, because I got an idea.
Hands off. I'm
No,
here.
no. Let him cook.
So go through it, Travi.
Perhaps you would not be opposed to putting this. I don't know why I made him French for a second there.
Weird.
Is this your promise? I got the cow from the cow pussy. You would.
You got the what from the what?
The cow pussy.
Don't worry about it.
You heard it, Em.
I heard it. You're right.
Save a horse.
Complete side note, too. Keep in mind that Travis and I have shared the link to this podcast to our coworkers.
My mother.
My therapist.
Fuck, I haven't been doing enough advertising to my therapist.
When has it all started going bad? Well, on episode 2.
Perhaps you could write your name as a sign of a promise. And pulls out the mining license. I forget what we actually called it in the last recording session, but
The promissory note.
the promissory, and just kind of like holds it out, very clearly trying to cover some of the text with some of his larger fingers.
Which Wyatt reads because you rolled a 5.
What do you say?
So what does it say again for my remembrance?
It was just like a general note, basically giving Jenkins license to go mine in Vulture Gulf.
Just giving him permission to go in the mines.
Yeah, it's a mining license.
Okay. I mean, I don't see what Jenkins has to do with this, but I mean, sure, he can mine.
I don't know what you're talking about, my good friend,
I mean,
but
it
I
says,
appreciate your...
right here, but I mean, not sure.
Eduardo, like, tries to pretend to read it, but he's reading the other side of the paper. This is just simply an agreement between two friends, no?
Letting Jenkins mind, yeah, but I don't have a pen. Because I don't think those exist right now.
Eduardo, like, taps around his person and then remembers a crudely drawn sign that's been on the billboard this entire time for the first few episodes that he drew in crayon. So he pulls out a little ye old yeehaw Crayola and hands it off to the sheriff. Will this suffice?
You know what? That's par for the course for this town. And, yeah, he'll sign Sheriff Tomes in crayon.
You have done me a great service.
I feel like I did Jenkins a service.
I still do not know what you're talking about.
You can admit it. I can read.
I cannot.
That would probably explain some things.
Yes.
Okay, and Wyatt's gonna go into the mortuary. And he'll like look back like, are you coming?
Just glazed over look at his eyes as I just stuffed the promissory note back into my pocket, hope that the crayon doesn't smudge, and just kind of scuttle along towards you.
Trav, roll.
I'm rolling for the crayon, aren't I?
You're rolling for smudge.
Is there any modifiers to that?
Cool.
Damn. Of course, cool is my 0 stat. That's gonna be an 8.
Sheriff is smudged, but Tomes is still there.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's half there.
Yeah, it's just rubbing in my chest pocket.
I'll say Wyatt signed it with his left hand, so it looks like a child.
Yeah, because your hand.
I like to think it just looks like the Andy on the bottom of Woody's boot in Toy Story.
Yeah, he does it backwards, like he does it backwards Y. Or no, because it's just Tome, so it's a backwards H.
No. You spelled sheriff with a Y.
Ah, shit. I can't spell with my left hand.
Thank you, senor. Thank you.
You know, you didn't have to ruse me. You could have just asked.
I do not know what you speak of.
All right, we'll just keep it that way.
Eduardo just
All right.
is still in the mindset of he's winning this argument 100%. Fucking nailed it.
In this town.
Yeah, Abernancy has seen all of this. He has not moved a single fucking muscle.
What I expect. Abernancy, couple questions for you if you don't mind, sir.
Of course, Sheriff.
I love your sing-songy voice.
I do not know what you are implying. He blinks one eye at a time.
Like a lizard?
like the left and then the right.
That'll help me sleep tonight. So the people who've died, and their bodies weren't found, but Butch's was.
That is correct.
I wasn't here when you told the marshal about it, but what were his wounds like?
Oh, I believe you saw in the same vein as that poor grocer boy. Shot right through the chest.
Shot through the chest from behind?
Oh no, the front. You silly goose.
Yes. We're keeping that in. Abernancy calls Wyatt a silly goose.
You silly goose.
The most unnerving man in the valley.
And then proceeds to blink in separate eyes again.
Can I do an investigative mystery to try and connect something in my head?
Yes.
That's a natural 12.
Okay.
All right. So Cyrus, Bill, Spectre, all same thing. Milton would know more. Would he also know how Mur Hill's connected?
Yes.
Father Milton, how long has he been in town?
Oh, quite a bit.
Like Jenkins long or longer?
Oh no. He came here. And again, the ledgers that are still open, somehow, he flips a few pages and points and he goes, he arrived here about 15 years ago.
You know where he came from before that?
I do believe he was of the congregation up in Lanzaloo.
Would Eduardo know that congregation as a man of the cloth?
I want you to roll investigate a mystery.
Investigate a mystery is plus sharp, so that is an 8.
You know, you've never seen them, know nothing, but you do know that there is rather a very large congregation that is in Lanzaloo. That all tracks out. However, you do know that it's very odd that a priest from Lanzaloo would have come down.
Eduardo just kind of under his breath. It's like, all the way out here. Strange.
Abernancy nods and then like turns like very crisply. He turns over to you, Eduardo, and just like, that is correct. I believe we put some kind of notice asking for a priest all those days ago.
Let's go talk to the father. Hey, Eddie?
¿Qué?
I mean, aren't you coming?
Eddie?
Yeah, Eduardo, right?
Sí, me llamo Eduardo Oscuro
Eddie,
del Mencia del Rosam.
Eddie, a nickname.
Okay.
Like
It's
big guy. Like big guy. You get it.
Eddie.
You get it.
I like. With several D's in between.
Like at least 15.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Sheriff!
Yeah.
So Jenkins, being sloshed from his previous failed role.
I forgot about that.
I don't feel so good.
No.
Eduardo just palms the top of his head and turns him out the door.
Bad Jenkins.
Okay, I think I'm good. Okay.
All over.
Dude, he's in your office. Marshall he broke down the door and then he's interrogating. You gotta get over there.
Cyrus is a perfect angel who's never done anything wrong. I don't know what you're possibly talking about.
An angel of hell, right?
I mean, we don't know. Stories has still got some episodes left.
I don't know. Cyrus is kind of hot, so
I ship it.
As Jenkins continues to ramble, Eduardo just looks over at Bessie, who is just sauntered over, cowbell hanging off of her neck, and just goes, Bessie, ¿qué es verdad? Bessie just kind of like does a very exaggerated head nod, just
Fuck is happening?
I thought Betsy and I bonded.
Yeah, Betsy's a snitch. Also, I've been saying Bessie. Is it Bessie? Betsy?
You're the one who gave him the fucking name.
We've all been saying different shit
I
this entire
say
time. I'm
Bessie.
just
I am
rolling
in
with
no
it.
control.
Bestie.
Bestie.
She's our best.
Quite literally a bestie.
I'm gonna say Bexy from now on.
So, ¿qué es verdad? Cow for yes. Insert cow for yes.
Oh.
Totalmente? Totalmente es verdad?
Fuck is happening?
He turns to the sheriff, is just like, he speaks the truth, despite the gibbering.
I see. I might be drunk, but I'm always drunk. So you know what I'm saying is always true. So this is all in my clearest mind, and I think he's gonna be violent. He already broke it. He broke into the cell. He's either gonna hurt him or let him out.
Motherfucker. And takes off running.
No, you need to see it. He's something else. He's missing a fingernail.
Jenkins says to Eduardo.
Eduardo just looks back at Bessie, and without even asking anything, just the same head nod.
Jenkins is drunk. In his mind, he's missing a fingernail. Is like, oh yeah, this guy is clearly like a demon spawn that doesn't have a fingernail and is like a shadow demon. But it just comes out, he's missing a fingernail.
I picture that Jenkins, like, mentally, it is like a corkboard with like all the things that are there to make sense. However, everything is like in gibberish. He doesn't know where it goes.
Like, you guys have had alcohol before. Like, you notice, like everything makes sense
I've
to
had
you.
one alcohol.
I am the picture of sobriety.
1 alcohol. Ah. 2 alcohol.
Bill, he is hyperventilating, tears running down, gaunt. He is grabbing for the blanket, knotting it in his broken fingers. He doesn't even flinch at that.
I think Cyrus walks in and he takes a moment And then he kneels in front of Bill, puts his hands out on the blanket, and says, Bill, you know what put us in there. And you know what that specter wants. And I need you to tell me. Because I think we can get back. And he pulls out the photo that Wynn took of the sign that's, like, blurred out to show Bill.
Bill looks at the photo, the trembling almost stops. A wisp of a smile comes on his face. He almost looks younger as his broken and gnarled fingers caress where the sign was. He goes, I forgot about the sign. It was real pretty, wasn't it?
I remember it got blown down with a storm once, I think. I think I remember having to put it back up, maybe. Somebody help me?
Bill chuckles. A lightness overtakes him periodically and goes, There was a 2x4 keeping it up. It looked newer.
Yeah. I never meant to stay, in progress when I got there. I remember that much. I never thought I could stay anywhere. Now here I am. What does that make the two of us, eh, Bill?
He starts to trace the image of the sign. It's still blurred in there, but his fingers are very definite in tracing an actual silhouette of the sign that you both remember. And he just goes, It smelled like sarsaparilla there. And then when I woke up, I smelled. And he just points to your chest. And he points to his chest. Bill lowers his shirt, filthy, barely hanging on by thread. There you see, concave into his skin, very clearly, a bullet hole.
Cyrus takes his shirt and he slowly unbuttons a few buttons, and you see, when he opens his shirt, a 6 bullet holes riddled across his torso, concave in just the same way.
Bill, almost childlike, kind of reaches a hand out, but then pulls it back like he's scared. He gives back the photo to you, Cyrus, but he doesn't let it go. He's still holding it and just goes, I don't know what got us, but I know the smell. It was the same thing that got you, that got me, and got that thing that comes to town.
What's it smell like, Bill?
Sulfur. Evil.
Well, I guess we got ourselves a monster to talk to, don't we?
Wyatt, who's been behind the entire time. What do you have to say?
He'll say... Or he'll.
I'm pretty sure that pornography is protected by the First Amendment because it technically means any erotic material and is not necessarily specified between video or audio or written mediums. And so therefore, audio pornography is protected under the First Amendment. All right, anyways, continue.
I gotta put this in, but cut the entire beginning out.
And if you want the full context, you got to go to patreon.com/rollnoevil right now.
We need to make a Patreon at this point. Just do
We truly
$1
do.
a month.
Just
No, we need to make something else. Like a Fansly or something.
Are we gonna start?
All right, sorry. I said I would look it up, and I did. You're welcome.